What's up, guys? Hopefully you can hear us out in YouTube land. I'm here with Mel in Australia. So I'm excited for this segment because hopefully we get to do this regularly. I would like to do a setup where we talk about improvement for a whole year.
Yep.
And just candidly talk about what's going on, what's it like to be a reseller, all ups and downs, share everything that we want to share. And thank you so much for joining me, Mel. Why don't you introduce yourself and your channel?
Okay, well, thanks so much for having me again. I think it's been nearly a year since we've done a chat, and
Yep.
you know, it's great to be back here, and I'd absolutely love to do something ongoing in the new year with you. That would just be awesome. If you don't know me, my name is Mel, and I have a channel called Back from Burnout. And yeah, you can find me on Instagram and YouTube here under the same name. But yeah, I'm a full-time eBay seller, and I'm a mum. I've got 4 kids, and yeah, I try and juggle mum life, I guess, with YouTube and eBay.
This is great.
Yeah.
And we can definitely talk about the integration. I have one little one, 8 months old now. So
she's so cute.
Thank you. Your kids are older.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see what we're talking about today. I ideally want to just talk about goals for next year.
Yep.
And just talk about what changes. Are you calling from the eBay shop?
Yeah, I'm in my eBay shed at the moment.
Okay. So this is outside your home, or how does this work?
Okay, so this is in the backyard of my home.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So my
cool.
husband built me this shed.
That's so cool.
Yep.
Is all your inventory in it?
All my inventory is in it, except I still have a storage unit that does have some excess, like unlisted stock, death pile, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
How big is it?
How big is this shed?
Yeah.
This one is about 8 meters by 4.5 meters. So I'm not sure. I know you go in I don't know what that is in American.
So it's let me see.
8.5 by 4.5, I think.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
So like 15 by 30. That's feet. So that's a pretty decent size. I'm in let me convert my my space is 3 meters by 12 meters.
Okay. That's huge.
And my photographer actually lived in Australia for 3 years.
Oh, hello. In Melbourne.
Yeah, yes. Melbourne. Melbourne. The accent's different.
I'm in Canberra. I'm in Canberra.
Oh, that's not too far.
Not too far.
No.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what's the goal for next year?
Okay, I think the thing that I need to do next year is focus. I tend to be one of these people that goes off on little tangents. I can get a little bit scattered. And also I tend to hyper focus on things that I'm really enjoying. And then I forget about all the things that are really important and necessary. And I leave them and put them at the bottom of the pile. And then I get really behind on them and don't get them done because they're the boring tasks or the tasks that don't interest me. And so that's a real fault of mine. So I think next year my main thing has to be on focus. And I didn't want to set too many goals for myself because I feel like that can be a problem for me. If I make too many goals, then I don't know which one to focus on and I end up not really succeeding at any of them. So my 2 biggest goals for this year are I'm going to work on my personal health, because this year I think I've let that suffer. I'm not eating well. I'm not drinking enough water. And I think all that kind of stuff, I'm not exercising enough. And I really feel like that is an important part of business that gets overlooked sometimes, because when you're eating well and you're drinking water and you're feeling healthy and you're exercising, that plays a big part in how you perform in your business. Like that's your energy levels, your motivation levels, you know, how focused you can be. So I feel like that's something that's big that a lot of people overlook in business, but that's definitely one focus for me. I want to get my meal prepping and healthy eating and everything back on track for the new year.
I love that. You know, it's almost January, so a lot of New Year resolutions are coming out, and a lot of them are fitness. I think I've gotten 6-pack and 6 figures in 2022 is the goal. So interesting thinking about. I do agree with you. Taking care of your health can be a challenge, especially when you get some momentum. You really want to just work on your business all day, and it can also cause some mental issues with your family, and all of that adds to stress. And then stress makes you stress eat and harder to sleep, and it's all related.
Yeah, it is. And this year's been a bit of a roller coaster for me. And so I feel like there's been many times where I've just been so tired and lethargic, and I just know that I've been in this vicious cycle. And so I really want to fix that next year. So that's a big goal for me. And then in terms of business, my main thing for business next year is I want to really take charge of my finances. The finances and the taxes and things like that, they're always the thing that I do worst in business. Paperwork, bookkeeping, I'm always behind on it. Like, I think I'm 3 years behind in my taxes at the moment. And like, because it's such a big job now, it's hard for me to find that chunk time to be getting into it. So I need to break that up into smaller chunks of time. I need to make it into manageable tasks. So break up the big task into like more manageable, smaller ones. And I need to get that done so that I'm not only catching up on all the stuff that I'm behind on, but I need to be doing this on an ongoing basis. I need to be looking at my finances every single week and really knowing exactly where I'm at money-wise. And I'm not great at that. So I think focusing on that, and then once I'm really more aware of this stuff, I've got some old, not business debt, but I've got some old personal debt from some old private school fees that we had, some kids' braces that were all kind of thrown on a credit card. And I really just want to focus on my finances with business, getting control of them, so I can actually be moving my money and doing something proper with it and putting it onto the debt.
That's an absolutely fantastic goal for 2022. Just at least understanding a process where maybe, if we do this call regularly, which I hope to do, then maybe we can stack it with each time before the call, you book a slot to work on your taxes, because that's very common. If you're a year behind or a year, whatever, you can fix it. Usually, at least in the United States, the IRS is actually very easy to deal with. Mm-hmm. They are obviously aggressive debt collectors too, but they will tell you what to do. Try to get out of it, and that's an important thing. If you know if you have clear finances, then you can also predict how long it will take to pay down personal debt. And get rid of all of those things, and that I think that's very relatable. I like that.
Yeah. So I think if my focus becomes, so the focus is paying off the debt and getting the finances in control. But in order to pay more on my debt, it's going to motivate me to be, pushing the business, trying to make those sales, increase the sales that I've got. And, every little spare bit of income I can throw at that debt. So if I make the debt the goal will, the aim will be to sell more on eBay and be a better reseller, to be able to, push all that debt.
Where are you right now with your listing goal?
Oh, my listings, I'm not doing as much listing as I should be at the moment. I just haven't been. I need to be sitting somewhere between the 30 and 50 listings a day. Really, for the amount of income that I would like to bring in or whatever. I need to be more, because I've got a bread and butter store. So I need to have higher listings every single day, because I'm selling more lower end items. But the problem is, I don't know, I just go on these roller coasters where when I'm doing 50 a day, I get really tired from it and it burns me out easily. So again, this is where I'm hoping, if I'm eating better, drinking water, that I can stay more focused on these kind of tasks. But yeah, I think definitely 15 is very manageable for me. 30 is not too bad, but 50 seems to be like it pushes my mental health, it pushes my balance with life and trying to juggle YouTube and the family. So I think I need to be happy to be listing less almost. If that, like, I feel like I've got this hustle culture in me where I want to hustle constantly, but my body doesn't like it.
Okay, and now YouTube, how much content do you want to make?
YouTube next year, I would like to go to 3 videos a week.
Okay. And anything else on your plate work-wise, or just YouTube and reselling?
Just that's enough. Just YouTube and reselling. Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so now we have a mission. Now, I will tell you something that, like, I want to start pushing this concept, because I'll say that once you hit 30 sales a day, this is an ambitious goal, but once people have 30 sales a day, you have a lot more control, because you now have more income. You can get a bigger space. You can hire someone to help you. Your family will take you seriously, because usually that's a significant amount of income coming in.
Yep.
When you have that power of 30 sales a day, it's weird. You will start losing weight. You will start sleeping earlier because you have more confidence.
Yep.
So I think that is the main goal everyone needs to have listening right now, because if you have 30 sales, it solves so many problems in your life. You can stay consistent 30 sales for a whole year. That's a lot of money that comes into your store, and a lot of momentum. And if you knock out that 30 goal, and what you're going to have to do, because life happens, kids, family, I recommend 40, 5 days a week.
Yep.
We have 2 days off.
Yep.
And that is important for your own mental well-being. And if you can do that, then that really, really helps you. Are you doing this solo? Do you have people helping you?
I'm doing it solo. I was using a virtual assistant who was helping me do listing, and I used her for about a year, but I stopped using her in about May. I have been considering whether or not I go back to using her or not, but there's pros and cons with using the virtual assistant. She did come with some cons, and sometimes I find it just easier to do myself, but I totally understand the outsourcing and what you get from outsourcing and how it frees up time for other things. But I'm not sure if I'm going to go back to the virtual assistant or not.
I want you to try in person.
Somebody coming in here and working.
If Angie came to work for you next week, she would list 105 items a day for you. Okay. Straight away.
Yep.
In person, you can control the quality a lot more. Mm-hmm. Forces you to be ready, because in-person help is so much more expensive. Way more expensive than a virtual assistant. You can get lazy when you use a virtual assistant because the hourly rate is so low.
Yeah, I think that's what was happening for me. Like, she was costing me next to nothing. So I was pushing her like 50 books a day, or 100, but there was mistakes. Like, when I stopped using her and I started doing some end sell similar, I was finding mistakes. She was putting, I sell a lot of books. She was putting the books into the wrong categories. She'd even listed like on some of them where she put my SKU into the section that's for like a second title. So I didn't even realize, but that was charging me like a $2.50 fee for using a secondary title, which was my SKU going into the wrong spot. And I was like, oh my goodness.
Yep.
So there was definitely some issues there. And, there is some communication issues when you're dealing with an offshore virtual assistant. You have to, and you also have to have that trust, letting them into your store and all the details that come with that.
Okay. So I think I've used virtual assistants for years, and it really messed me up.
Yeah.
Everything is done in-house. The quality is so much higher. My defect rate has never been lower. And I can review the drafts every single day and make sure that the quality is there. And I think at the beginning of the day, because we use a SKU system, all they have to do is tell me where they started and where they ended, and I can go through and do it. And I actually have 2 photographer listers now, and their listings look exactly the same. So that makes, like, I literally need the numbers to separate them. Otherwise I can't tell who did it. And I think that's going to be a streamlined process that, I think with you, what's holding you back from local help?
I don't know, really. I don't know what's holding me back. Maybe it's the price. Maybe it's the commitment to putting somebody on and feeling like, do I have enough to give them? Yeah,
Well,
I'm not really sure. Maybe it's that control factor that I have in myself where I like to do everything in my own way, letting go and needing to delegate.
so what would I do if I came to help you for 20 hours next week?
Well,
Anything. I can help you with YouTube. I can help you with eBay. What would I do?
I don't know. I think I just want to pick your brains on everything. But like, I feel like I've got pretty good systems. I've got zones for everything. It's just, for me, it's just a matter of time and fitting everything into my day, I guess. Probably my time management would be what I would say to you, because I'm slow at making YouTube videos. It takes me all day to make one video.
Yeah.
And then like I will sit up all night editing it as well. So I'm very, very slow with my videos. I'm just not one of these people who can just talk and not have to edit. I say too many times. I go off on little tangents. I have to edit it all out. So I definitely am slow with that kind of stuff. I feel like I'm fast with my listing. I'm fast with my shipping, my packing, my photography. All the sides of eBay, I'm actually quite fast at. It's just a matter of fitting them all into my day with everything else.
So what's your schedule look like? What's day in the life of Mel?
So my schedule at the moment is, one, I'm waking up too late in the morning, where I'm hoping once I'm eating better and I'm got exercising and stuff, I'm going to be waking up earlier in the morning. Then I'll be able to get actual more work done in the morning before I take my kids to school.
Like what time?
So normally I take my kids to school about 8:30. I leave about 8:30 at the house, and then I'm generally home. I drop the kids at school, go and get a coffee, and I'm generally home by 9 a.m. And that's when I'll start working. But I feel like if I was a little bit more productive, I could actually come out here before I do the school run and at least get an hour in the shed early in the morning. And even just an hour of solid listing or photography or anything would really set me up for the day, especially on those busy days where I am filming and stuff.
Okay, this is great. I'm glad I'm talking to you because I have the same life as you, kind of.
Yeah.
So I think that you need to determine how long videos take you to do.
Yep.
And then you need to determine how long 30 listings is your goal for 2022. I'm going to give you that goal. Okay. So if you get really ambitious and you want to do more, that's great. But let's set it up so 30 minimum all year. Next year, 10,000 listings are going up.
5 days or 7 days? Are you saying 30?
30 on average.
On average.
So you're going to do potentially 40 for 5 days.
Okay.
200 a week.
Okay, 200 a week.
So 10,000 listings next year.
Okay.
Let's do it. And then also 150 YouTube videos.
150 YouTube. Oh, can we?
Yeah.
Can we have a bit of a buffer?
You can count this live that we do, but it needs to be consistent because the 150 new videos and 200 new listings per week all year, we're going to streamline it so that it's faster. Okay. So backing up, this is great because this is all, I look at this like a puzzle, right?
Yeah, that's why I love talking to you, because my brain is like this scattered brain, looks like it's, bursting out with all these different ideas. And you're so down the line, analytical, everything's got a system. And I do love systems. Like, I truly believe you can't run a good business without a system. So I love the systems. Sometimes I just get so hyper-focused that I forget about everything else. But I feel like if I come and talk to you weekly, I'll have never had to have been that accountable to anyone. Yeah.
So we're definitely going to, okay. So for my editor, because I hired an editor. Ooh, because I wanted to find out, first off, I've never edited a video. The only thing that I do is I write down what I want to say and then I make the video. And since I don't know how to edit, I have to do it in one take. So I have just learned to read it decently during it. But I would like to edit my videos because it's better for the audience.
Yeah.
So I have an editor now that's going to help me. The first couple of videos, it took her 5 to 6 hours to edit 10 minutes.
Yep.
I can't believe how long it takes. So what I'm gonna daily refinement her video process. I don't want it. That can't take that long because then I can't afford her.
Yep.
It's too expensive. So I'll have to look at making elements and assets of each thing similar. That's the same with eBay. I need to figure out how to only sell certain things so that it can streamline.
Mhm.
So I look at eBay. Actually, YouTube does a much better job of teaching you what you're supposed to post
Yep.
than eBay. eBay doesn't say, Mel, great job. The last 10 listings were perfect.
No.
That would help you because it would help you. Okay. And they don't say the last 10 listings you posted, don't do that again.
Yep.
So, okay.
But YouTube do. They tell you, oh, they give you the stat. This video is ranked 1 of 10. Or you know what? This video is ranked 10 of 10. People aren't responding. Why? And then they kind of try and break it down for you, don't they? Why they're not maybe responding.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we have Amber in the chat, Amber Resell. She runs a YouTube channel and she does reselling as well. So I think that everyone should focus on, or not focus, everyone should think big, but act small.
Yeah.
So big means because there's a big advantage to having a personal brand.
Yep.
You learn how to leverage it properly, then what happens is because of your brand, people will give you inventory to sell at a better rate. As a reseller, it really helps to have a personal brand because you get items cheaper. You can sell to your audience if you choose to do that. And then also, because people are always watching you, you start trying to do a good job on camera so people, believe and watch you do it. So I think for you, we need to break down how long videos take. We need to break down how long listing takes. And I want you done by 4 p.m.
Listing is not too hard. I actually find the listing okay. And this month was actually really interesting because what I did was just before December hit, I knew that I was going to have a really busy December. I had kids finishing school, graduations, proms. I have Christmas parties, all the different things. I have to buy all the presents. So just before December, I actually did 2 really solid long days here in the shed, just listing. And I scheduled out 3 weeks in advance of 15 listings a day all through December. And then I also had some in my draft bank. And that is, even though I've only listed 15 things a day all month, having those scheduled out like that made this month so much easier for me. I was able to do, more YouTube videos. I was able to enjoy everything. So I don't know. I actually have thought about whether or not I keep doing that next year, and maybe not all of them, like 30 listings a day scheduled out that far in advance. But even if I had 15 scheduled out every single day in advance in some chunk time, so then I only had to be managing another 15 a day, that would maybe be more manageable for me.
I think that the backup is always the key to being consistent. Mm-hmm. Because, my YouTube channel, to be honest, the quality of the video was like a 4 out of 10 at best. But the reason why I just hit 100,000 subscribers is because I've been consistent for 5 years.
Yeah. And you offer value, Chris. You give a lot of value.
A little bit of value. But as far as consistency is huge, right? Yeah. If you list 30 items for 5 years, you will not have any debt. If you do 3 videos a week for 5 years, you probably have 100,000 subscribers. That's just the math of doing it. Because you don't want to make videos of no value. You're going to just improve, and over time, your videos will get better. The way you speak will get better. People know, like, and trust you. Yeah. So I want to organize your day so that you have a draft bank of videos. Yep. We need to have 3 to 5 videos, maybe bank.
A draft bank. I can do a draft bank of eBay listings. I'm not sure if I can do a draft bank of videos.
You will. Hanging out with me, you will have it. Because that's what I told my videographer. I want a draft bank of videos. That's why you're here. I want to be ahead. I want to be 2 months ahead.
2 months in videos.
2 months ahead. I don't want to miss video. I want to do daily uploads for 2 months ahead. I want 60 videos in the bank.
I did 5 videos last week, 5 in a row, Monday to Friday. And I just was like, I don't know how anybody does this. The first night I sat up till 2:30 in the morning making the video. The next day I was done by about 5 o'clock. And the next day I was up again to about 10 o'clock. And I was like, how does anybody do daily videos? I actually, doing the daily videos, I liked it because I had to just show more of what I was doing here in the shed, which I actually really enjoyed because it becomes a little bit more vlog-like. I get to show more of my personality And I think it's more relatable. I already know that I don't want to be a tutorial channel, as that's not my type of channel. I'm not the type. I like to offer lots of tips, and every now and then I will do a tutorial video, but I certainly don't want my whole channel to be tutorial based. I prefer more of my personality and showing me and what I'm doing and giving tips along the way. So I think by doing those daily videos, it showed me that I can just show more of what my life is like here, and people still like that kind of stuff. So doing those helped me, but I thought, I don't know how anybody manages them every single day.
I think I know how now.
Okay,
because I haven't missed a day listing in more than 2 years now.
Yeah.
So the way to do it, and okay, this is the message that got me. A lady messaged me and said that she wanted to be a part-time mom, full-time reseller. Okay, and I said, and then I posted that, and people were like, "There's no such thing as part-time mom. Mom is all day, every day, right?" So I was thinking, okay, if mom is all day, every day, why can't everything be all day, every day? If you want to be a daily upload YouTuber, then you're an all the time YouTuber. Yeah. Now, because like I posted a video with my baby, audience likes it. YouTube didn't like it, but the audience liked it because it's something that's more relatable.
Yes.
I think it's both, because now in my eBay store, you can kind of tell that it's my listing. On my YouTube channel, you can definitely tell it's my style. Mm-hmm. So I think that's all a part of how the way of Mel is what we're creating right now.
Yep.
And the way of Mel is at least 3 videos a week and 200 listings a week, because when you do 200 listings a week, you don't need your YouTube to do well. Mm-hmm. And that helps a lot. I don't need my YouTube to do well.
Yeah.
So I can just say, I can almost say whatever I want.
Yeah.
Not quite. But like eventually, maybe if my eBay store is big enough, then I can just say whatever I want.
Yep.
But success follows success. And that plan that you make is so important, because like now my videographer comes between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m.
Yep.
So I need to have the content written so I'm not wasting her time.
Yep.
Angie comes in the morning and she does 105 sets of listings. Her stuff needs to be ready. Otherwise, I'm wasting her time and I'm wasting my time. So when you have the hard setup, your kids go to school at the same time every day.
Yep.
These things really, really help. And I want to set it up so you're a machine next year.
I do like that when you were just giving me a goal then for the YouTube, it was based on your goal for YouTube is to do this amount of videos for the year. Because I think that what happens is we get very, we get very caught up in what the analytics are, how many views we're getting, how many subscribers we've got, rather than just like, if you make the content, that will all come with it. You know, as long as you're putting out valuable and entertaining kind of videos, if you just stay consistent with that, it'll come. So the focus needs to be on how many videos you can put out, not so much about, the goal should not be, I'm going to have this amount of subscribers by the end of the year. It's, I'll have put out this amount of videos by the end of the year. I like that.
We have Profit Monsters in the chat saying they posted a video every day in December and it was awesome, but tiring.
Yep.
I've been trying to do daily uploads for a few months now, and I kind of understand the cadence of it, which means you have to be ahead in content, you have to be ahead in writing, and you have no time for BS. When you are a high performer, it's really easy to say no. Mm-hmm. When somebody says, "Hey, I have an idea," I basically say, "Is your idea life or death?" Because otherwise I don't care, because I just don't have enough time. Yeah. So when you have, I don't know. I think that it's important to be all in, because then everything starts to do really well and you actually have more time.
Yep.
All the things that I'm doing right now, I still have more time. Yep. That's why I'm thinking about, okay, if Mel and I do a video at the same time every week, then I know we have the goalpost. So you want to do, you want to work on your taxes and bookkeeping.
Yep.
So like in our group, we have a bookkeeper, and she does an accountant. She does a tax call every 2 weeks. So I'm telling people, everybody, before the tax call, get all your tax questions, do your tax stuff so that you can ask a professional question. These are all things that we have to do, because I don't want, your 150 videos next year and your 10,000 listings is not negotiable. We're doing it.
I'm going to need a big whiteboard up here or
You're gonna
something.
need a big white.
Every single week, if I come in here and talk to you, how many listings have you done? Oh, if I don't have those 200, I'll be nervous.
I know. You don't want to. Now you're making me look bad.
And isn't it just? I think having somebody there as your accountability partner is, really, really helpful. And everybody needs an accountability partner. And I've got a couple of accountability partners, outside of YouTube that are just resellers that push me when I'm feeling low and stuff. But, taking it onto a big screen with an audience, that's going to push me to be even more accountable.
100%. And also, but the thing is, here's something that I think of, like, you don't need an accountability partner to take your kids to school.
No, you just get it done, don't you? You don't have a choice.
You just do it. So that's what I would like to set up, is people get in their own way thinking they need help, they need a mentor, they need coaching, they need a course. But what you need is a schedule. So if you have the schedule set up, it takes all the pressure off and you just do the best you can. So after you mentioned that you wanted to get some listing done before the kids in the shed.
I reckon if I can wake up earlier. The problem is I'm not a morning person, but I'm not a night person either. Like I like to be in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, but I also like to sleep in until 8 a.m. until I have to go take the kids at 8:30. So, but if I could get up at 6 a.m. every day, I could easily, not only that, I'd have time for a good healthy breakfast. I'd already have had a couple of glasses of water before I start my day. I could do an hour of listing. Now I can do 20 to 30 listings depending on what I'm listing. But if I'm doing basic books, I can do 30 listings an hour. There's my 30 in the day already done by 7 a.m. before I have to take the kids to school. So that would be ideal. That would just take.
What time are you really going to bed?
When am I going to bed? Yeah, I honestly go around 9:30 to 10 o'clock at night.
So then, but you're sleeping till 8, or when do you sleep till?
Yeah, I'm like lights out. I sleep pretty well. If I'm feeling a little bit worked up and anxious, then I might wake a few times at night, but most of the time I'm pretty solid sleeper.
So can you not get it done if you sleep until 8?
I think if I just sleep till 8, then I just walk around, and by the time I come back, I've had my coffee, and then sometimes I might stop and I'll go, I'll just stop at the thrift shop when I don't really need to, because I've got like a massive pile of stuff here to do. And it's like, so I tend to go off on these little tangents and feel like I waste time. Or I'll come in here and I'll start going, oh, look, it's a bit messy in here. I'll clean it up a little bit. And I do think that's important to have a clean working space. But sometimes like having the clean table isn't as important as getting the listings done, so I need to prioritize those things first that are the most important things.
Okay. This is very aggressive, but I could set the goal at you have to do your 30 listings before you take your kids to school.
Oh no, please don't, because it won't work every day.
If that was the goal, then what would happen is you'd get up, because I only have 10 minutes to enjoy my coffee before my day takes over, and it's hard. To do all the stuff that I do is hard. So I have to have this set up. Like I have to do this. If I want to, Clay in the chat was asking if I'm still running 5 times a week. I can only run between 5 and 5:30 in the morning. That's really early. Okay. So I'm in the bed at 9. Otherwise I can't do it. But I know, because I don't think people should sleep less than 8 hours.
Yeah, I can't sleep less than 8 hours. Yeah. I definitely am one of these people that needs my sleep. I love to sleep. But what I actually did the other day is I ordered a spin bike so I could put it here in the shed and put on a spin class on the YouTube and get my exercise done in here into the shed, because I'm not getting it done. I'm not having time to get out there, go to the gym. I feel like it takes me half an hour to get to the gym. Then I get to the gym and I don't really know what to do. Then I spend another half an hour coming home, and it's 2 hours in my day that I just don't have. Whereas if I've got a bike here, I can try and fit in half an hour while I'm perhaps listening to, I don't know, like I'm trying to work these little things out so that I can make myself more time manageable to get more things done.
Okay, so for me, all of my workout stuff's here.
Yep.
So when I come in, and today was really weird because it was the first time I had somebody else ship for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, if somebody else ships for me, I don't even need to come here. But anyway, I was thinking about when it comes to working out, you want something easy. So
Yep.
I think that a jump rope, and I have my weights here, that makes it a lot easier to do it. And you just want to combine it all together, and you need to tie things together. So what we need to do, I know this is hard, but if you want to make 3 videos next year, you have to get your listings done before your kids go to school. I know that is hardcore, but that is going to be what it takes. Because if you do that, if you make 3 videos every single week and you do 30 listings before your kids to school, you will not have any debt at the end of the year.
Yep.
It'll be gone.
Yep.
No debt. And if you, before our call every week, work on your taxes an hour every single week, you will not have a tax problem. No tax problem, no debt problem. Now we just need to work in the workout part.
Yep.
And then I think you hit it on the head with the water, because I do a 16 ounces right when I wake up. It's already there.
Yep.
So wake up, water's ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm done drinking the water. I fill it up and I put it back in the same place. That way I can just trigger glass of water, drink it, continue. Now I decided that because coffee, I love coffee. I'm okay with 2 cups now, but not until I'm done doing my drafts.
Ooh, that's harsh.
It's harsh because I haven't had my coffee yet. I'm doing the drafts.
Yeah. Because that's the first thing I do in the morning is I get my coffee, and quite often I get the coffee, take it back to bed, sit in bed with my coffee, sometimes 2 cups, and I'm just scrolling around on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, and that's when I'm kind of answering messages or doing things like that. But it's a time suck because I would be better to have my coffee sitting here doing my listings rather than go back to the bed with my coffee. That's a bad habit.
I don't even do that. I look at my coffee while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I wait till I'm done, then I have my coffee. Otherwise, it's so easy to just have another cup of coffee and do nothing.
Yeah.
So
yes.
when about social media, now I think I'm going to make social media. I'm not going to consume it.
Yeah.
I want to make something interesting and post it. And I also don't care how many likes I get. I don't care about followers anymore. All I care is content goes up every day, no matter what. And that all of the stuff will come. So that's what all of the working yourself up over all the different things, it just comes from no clear goal.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing for me. I definitely overthink things, which then impacts on my clarity. And then I'm second guessing myself on so many different aspects of my life. That's a really bad habit of my own. So that's hard.
So what you're going to do after today's call is you're going to print 30 listings a day.
I'm going to print that for up here. Is that what you said?
Maybe 40.
Oh, geez. We're going from 200 a week to 270.
No, 45 days a week.
45 days a week. Okay.
You want self-care. And this is very aggressive. 40 listings in one video, 5 days a week.
40
listings.
40 listings and one video.
5 days a week.
Days. Oh, no, I can't do 5 days of content.
No.
My husband would kill me.
No, but here's the thing. People in the chat are right. Sometimes you can filter in some lives. You have to have some basic talking points for the live. So I don't know, there's 238 people watching right now. Smash the like button. Do you guys feel like this video is bad? I don't think it is. And we didn't do any planning.
No.
So you just need to do something that's relevant, because like from your day, I can learn a lot. From my day, you can learn a lot.
Yep.
And I'm new to being a parent. I know that the most important part, like not most important, but a major part of being a parent is meal planning.
Oh, huge.
So,
that's something I've got to do this new year. Every Sunday, I want to meal prep all my meals. So Sunday needs to be go to the grocery shop, cook up all my morning teas and my lunches, and eat properly.
Yeah. So we make the menu together on Sunday.
Mhm.
We order all the groceries. Then, and you know what? Even though we order the groceries, sometimes I still go because it's nice.
Mm.
Store. Then you try to make as many meals as you can.
Yep.
And because you're a busy parent and you run a business,
Mhm.
you need to have some pre-made meals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you need to not beat yourself up if they're not that healthy, because that's part of it. You do the best you can.
Yep.
So I think, simple sandwiches and salads, even if they're pre-made, that does help a lot. And got to be realistic. Something has got to give for you to be able to accomplish it. Because honestly, if you produced, like, okay, I don't care how bad the videos are, 5 bad videos and 40 listings a day, 5 days a week over the course of a year, it will totally change your life.
I don't want to put bad videos out.
No, I know.
I like to put out, I don't know, I can't put out a bad video from my people.
What we're doing together right now is we're figuring out all the pieces for a good video.
Yep.
I consider this a good video, even though we didn't plan.
Yep. Yep.
This video was, okay, this is when we're going to do it. You show up, I show up. We both do the best we can. And people will see value from it.
Yeah.
I don't want to put up bad listings either.
No.
But some of them are like a 7 out of 10 and some of them are a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is. So I think that for a video, the things that are the most important are going to be lighting, right? Kind of lighting, decent audio. So hopefully that's okay. And now we need to get the content, which is just, I'm going to give you the secret. You ready? Just make videos that help people save time or make money. That's it. That's it. And all the stuff you're talking about, mental health, your shed, little storage hacks here, whatever you do during the day, how you can even do this with 4 kids is mind-blowing to me.
Well, my kids are a bit bigger now, so not like I have to take them thrifting with these little kids in the pram. Do you know what I mean? Like, they are bigger, but just because they're bigger, it doesn't mean that they still aren't as time consuming. Like, instead of waking up at 2 a.m. to feed the baby, I'm now going out at 2 a.m. to pick my boy up from the nightclub. So it doesn't really change that much in terms of things like that.
I agree with you, but it also doesn't take up any less mental real estate. It's a lot of mental real estate.
That's right. That's right. Constantly 4 of them trying to juggle their own schedules, even though they're bigger and they can drive, the 2 oldest ones, they can drive themselves. I still like to know where they are and when they're going and if they're home for dinner and all the different things. So,
yeah. I agree with you. And I think that as you get more busy, you have to start making some rules.
Yeah.
And that makes it easier for you to just say no to this, or this is definitely a yes. Yeah. And I think that, what is your process for, I know you can do your listings before you take your kids to school. What needs to be ready for you in the morning for you to start listing immediately? Because you're literally an expert photographer.
Yeah, just the photos need to be ready, but I always have a bank of them on my desktop. Like, at the moment, if I was to go to my folder with photos to list, there's probably over 1,000 photos in there. So I've always, because I do my photography in chunks, I will do like a few hours of solid photography listing, and then I will put it into here on the desktop. So as soon as I've got that chance to be listing, I've always got banked up photos ready to go. So I could come into my computer at any time and I'm ready to list.
Okay. So how many are in your photography bank?
Well, there's at least 1,000 photos. So if each photo's maybe got an average between 6 to 9, I guess.
So 100.
Oh yeah, there'd be over 100 probably listings waiting to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now is it just execution? Sounds like you have all the pieces.
Yeah, I feel I'm very good at the systems. I feel like I've got my zones and everything together like that. It just comes down to the time management for me, and just having that energy. I do feel like I do, hence the name, back from burnout. I do feel like I go on these roller coasters of burnout quite often. Like I hustle, and then I crash, and then I hustle, and then I crash. And I've got to somehow find that happy medium and that happy balance so that I'm consistent.
Okay, everyone listening right now, I just pinned Mel's channel in the chat. So click on her, subscribe to her, cheer her on. We're gonna try to figure out how to do, I know this is out there, 40 listings 5 days a week and a video 5 days a week. That way she can start building a video bank. That's why we're doing this. I know that's hardcore, but I think that once you have systems, your videos are gonna be maximum 3 hours per video. I know. I didn't say this is going to be easy. I'm just saying that this is possible when you have it all set up. That's going to be, because I don't know. YouTube has been good to me. Reselling has been good to me. Family's been good. I've gotten like 1,000 business or baby tips. So I feel like that's been really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that the baby takes so much time.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot about myself. I don't wish I had kids earlier, but it teaches you how to manage your time better.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, they do. And I think I was probably even better at managing my time when my children were smaller and they needed me more. Like I had to physically do everything for them. And now that they're older and they can do, they're very independent, I feel like my time management has somehow over the years gone from really, really good to a bit off in the fairyland.
What happened?
I honestly don't know. I'm not sure. I definitely had that big burnout about 5 years ago, which was definitely played impact on my life. And maybe that's where it comes from. And now that's where I just feel like every time I get run down now, I go back into that same vicious circle. I feel like, is this something that's going to be with me forever now that I'm constantly juggling?
So let me ask you, is it possible to get to the point where you don't burn out?
I hope so. I'm definitely
Can we do it so it's maybe a doesn't seem so overwhelming?
Yeah.
Because I think that's real. Your channel's called Back from Burnout.
Yeah.
And if you burn out, it's a vicious cycle because your self-worth goes down the drain. You lose all your momentum.
Yep.
You don't like yourself, so other people don't like you either because you don't like yourself.
Yep.
That's a very negative cycle.
Yeah.
So you can't let the batteries get that low.
No. So that's why I have to take that priority. I have to be like, I think food is a big thing for me. When I'm not eating well, I struggle with a lot of other things. And this year I definitely haven't. It's just been a massive year. I've moved house. I've built a shed. We were nearly in lockdown for 3 months with COVID. Like it's just been it feels like every single quarter this year I was hit with something that like, just as I'm coming up, I get knocked down and then just come up and then I'm knocked down again. So it feels like it's this year, every single quarter feels like there's been something, but next year I'm hoping it's much more flatlined.
So what do you think causes burnout?
Oh, for me, a lot of it I think is overthinking, and that just gets my brain just mentally exhausted. Like when you are overthinking everything you do and not having clarity, that gets me burnt out. I think when I hyper focus on some items and then I let everything else go, it becomes very overwhelming. Like how do it doesn't take me just to half an hour to go in there and tidy my house now. I have to go in there and do several hours of deep cleaning because all week I've been running around so busy that I haven't like done the clean as you go. And then it's just like, this feels like I'm in this big mess, which is that's overwhelming. So I think it's just that, hyper focusing on things can be great at certain times, but then it's terrible for other things. So for me, I just feel like for me, I'm a little bit scattered, but I did seek I am proud of myself this year. I did start going to like a life coach, I guess, a local life coach who was helping me with some, some of those personal mental health, my self-confidence. My self-confidence has grown a lot this year, thanks to YouTube. I've learned to be happy within myself, I think, and I'm comfortable now. I'm pretty comfortable being on the camera now. I still find it difficult, but I'm pretty comfortable with it. But I've really worked on my self-confidence, I think, this year. And I was seeking help, you know, on my money blocks, because I feel like I've got money blocks that have impacted my where I'm at with the financials and taxes and all that kind of stuff that I'm terrible with. A lot of it is money blocks.
What's an example of a money block for you?
I am very bad at I'm very bad at accepting money. I'm not good at it. I'm not very good at accepting money. Or even if I have a viewer that says to me, "Can I buy this from you?" Like I immediately feel like, oh, how much, I don't know how much discount I should give them, or they know I only paid 50 cents for it, you know, like I'm very uncomfortable with money and charging, and it's a self-worth thing, I guess, a little bit, but it's something that I've always struggled with. In every job that I've ever done, I've struggled with that kind of stuff.
So we need to build your self-worth up so full that when the hits come, because they always come, that you can just shrug them off.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to get you to that point. And when you are at that point, you don't have to worry about overcharging, because you're not. Mm-hmm. When you know your own value, then there's no issue in charging. Mm-hmm. And actually, at a certain point, you feel like everyone's getting a great deal. Then that's the holy grail, because then you're like, you're buying this for $28, but I know it's worth 50. I know it's worth 100. And I think a lot of people do need that. They need motivation. They need inspiration. I don't have any merch, but when I did, people liked it, and it is motivating, because it's like, you have a shirt from me.
I do, and it's one of my favorite shirts. You'll see half of my thumbnails, I'm wearing your Daily Refinement t-shirt. I was like, I need my own.
Because I feel like what it is it helps people. That's the value. The value is the energy.
Yeah.
So when energy surpasses the price, that's when it happens.
Yeah. I just loved on your t-shirt, it was like, make daily progress. And that just felt like such a good mantra that I want to wear that, because when I put that t-shirt on, it's like, come on, Mel, make your daily progress.
Well, like I intentionally did that because I want it to remind people to go do something, right?
Yeah.
Because if you see something that inspires you to go do something, then that's worth it. So I want people to see it, go do it. And I know the goal I set for you was very ambitious, but once you accept it as your destiny, it will just happen. And if you were to, let's just say 1 month of doing that, your bucket will be so full, it'll be very hard to knock you off track, because you'll just be so high off of, I made 20 videos in January. I did 800 listings. I've got a little bit of a cushion in case something happens, but nothing's going to happen because I'm the best.
I feel like the listings, I will manage that easily. The videos, 5 videos a day for 4 weeks.
No, 5 videos.
I don't know if I'll manage that.
You're going to, because, I think that it just comes down to we have to break down what's in the video. Mm-hmm. Okay, this sounds insane, Mel, but I think this is maybe out there. I think I could make 3 videos a day.
I would run it. I would be struggling. Like, what can I talk about that hasn't, like, that is different than what everyone else is talking about? What can I talk about that's going to be value?
I know what it is. You ready? Consistency. Mm. No one is consistent. All you have to do is be consistent. That's it. More videos on how to be more consistent, because it's so hard. Mm. With a baby, if I were to tell her bedtime is different every day, her meals are going to be at different times every day, sometimes I'm going to be a good dad and sometimes I'm not, that doesn't work.
No.
So all you have to do is be consistent. If your kid calls you because he's at the pub and you come, that's worth everything.
Yep.
But if he calls you when he needs you and you're not there.
Yep.
So all you need to do is YouTube is now you're now married.
Oh,
You're
I got a
married to
pink
eBay?
kid.
Yes. And just like I said in my video, you need to feed your baby every day. It's the same thing.
You don't want me posting 5 videos a week. You want me posting 3 videos a week and building up 2 for the draft bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some of them, because you don't want to put out bad videos, maybe some don't make the cut. But 3 out of 5 probably will. And if you think about being consistent, then your content will be easier to make, because we don't need to come up with a topic for this, because all we need to do is keep having this conversation. And next year we'll be talking about, wow, that wasn't so hard. I made 150 videos and I posted 400 items a week for the whole year. That's the mission. Once you have the mission, you can tell your husband, you can tell your 4 kids, be like, Mama had a bad day. Help me reach my listing goal. Maybe they can all jump in and knock it out for you.
When my husband's like, why are you still in there making videos? I'll be like, Chris is making me.
No, but he's not going to put up with that. My wife doesn't put up with me not getting it done on time. Like, what are you doing all day? You need to be done before you go home.
Yeah.
So
what time do you leave the shed? What time do you leave your office there?
4.
And what time do you get there?
8:45.
And you've got staff in there every single day now helping you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I have to pick up my daughter on the way home, and then the baby routine takes all night. I can't work on, once I leave here, that's it.
That's it. So you're doing everything, because you were doing some stuff at home there, weren't you? But now everything is in your shed.
I can't. The only thing I can kind of do is I used to make videos in the middle of the night. No, but now I don't. Now I don't do that anymore. I get it done early.
Yeah.
Because if essentially what it does is it ruins my relationship with my wife. So I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So for her, quality time is her love language, and if I'm on my phone, it counts as a 0.
Yes.
Doesn't count.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make it work. And if the more intolerant your husband is, the better.
Yeah, he's funny. He's a bit got a bit of a love and hate relationship with eBay and YouTube, I think. So I could definitely work on that to make him happier in certain ways.
But if I talk to Mr. back from burnout and say she's going to be done at 4 p.m. every day, he's going to be like, I got her back. Because that's important, because otherwise they don't know when the cutoff is, and there's no. If he just was not tolerant at all, like my wife, she's not, then that helps. I think it helps, because she also wants to be a career woman.
Yeah.
So it means I have to do stuff to allow her to do that. And she doesn't waste time either, because she knows whatever. If she wants to go to work dinner so she can network and move up the corporate ladder, okay, I'll take care of the baby. Plus, my baby is cute. So it's not difficult. I got lucky.
Yeah. She is cute. So what's your quality? What's your love language? If hers is quality time, what's yours?
I think it's both words of affirmation and quality.
Yeah, I definitely think mine is words of affirmation as well, which is why I think I love YouTube and stuff so much, because I love when I get all the comments from everyone and the feedback, and that boosts me up and makes me feel like motivated to get my own stuff done.
Yep. But nothing is the best affirmation is you get your job done.
Yeah.
As I get better at eBay and YouTube, I don't need others' approval as much, because I know I'm legit. Because you just start doing it, you start believing in yourself, and then people can't tear you down, because they're only trying to tear you down because they're weak. Once you become strong, it's just unstoppable. Everyone around you will just be on your team, and it's very different. Hot handy husband.
That's what we called him in one of the videos where he was building my shed. I'd called him the hot handy husband. But yeah,
that's a great nickname.
Yeah. He did build me a great shed, so he's very supportive in that way.
That's great.
Yeah.
Does he have any interest in helping you?
I think there's some aspects of it that he liked. And in the shed videos, I think he actually quite liked being in the YouTube videos. I think him being in the videos made him realize what I liked about YouTube, because I think before that he didn't really understand it. He was like, I don't get why you would want to be putting all your time into this when you don't make much from it. So, but then when I think he was in it and he enjoyed seeing all the nice comments about him and just seeing it all mashed together, he enjoyed that. But yeah, I don't know, when I take him to the thrift shop, like the other day we went there and I'm looking around, and then I went to go to the register and I'm looking for him and he'd already gone back to the car. So I think he doesn't really go into the thrift shop and look around for things that he wants to sell. He'll go in there and look for things that he's interested in, and then he loses interest in the rest of it and goes. So I'm not sure how he would go as a reseller, but I do think he would enjoy doing something at home together, maybe in another 10 years when he's finished, can retire or something.
Yeah. So I think that another reason why I'm picking 30 and one video a day, this very ridiculous goal for you, which is totally manageable, by the way, is that at that stage you can afford help. You also have problems asking for help.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm used to doing everything myself. And you know what? My mum was very much like that as well. My mum was a single mum. She didn't ask for any help. And she really, my mum had money blocks as well. Because she was a single mum, she constantly did jobs where she worked at home as well, my mum, but she constantly did jobs where she just charged at the lowest rate possible to make sure she got the job so she could put food on our table. And I don't think she ever valued herself enough and what she was worth and how skilled she was at what she used to do. And I think I've got a lot of those same things. Like, I've just got to earn enough money to have that little bit extra for the kids or whatever, like, or buy the presents. Like, I don't know. I've never thought big enough for myself.
Definitely not. There's more to it. I think that once we'll just build you up one day at a time. And then when you get that momentum, it's very different. Because I think that changed for me. Like, when I started getting a lot of sales, it really changed how I do everything. Because the momentum is there. There's no better affirmation than sale. Yeah. Somebody believes you, they trust you. It's the same as a like, it's the same as a subscribe. It's a move towards, a positive thing. So I think that likes and subscriptions are different than sales.
Yep.
Let's see.
I can't see the chat because I'm in the Zoom. I'm not in the YouTube, so I can't see any chat.
The chat is very supportive.
Okay. I'll have to read the chat back after it.
So are you on your computer?
Yep.
So maybe next time we do this, you can have your phone up with the YouTube chat.
Yeah, or else I'll just bring another screen up, with the YouTube chat.
Yep.
Yeah. But your phone has worked quite well here today, doing it on your phone.
Yeah. I think it's okay. I think it's a little weird with maybe if I open this up, hold on a second. This is probably better if I turn off the light from behind me and have some daylight, but otherwise, I think this turned out well. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Oh, actually, I know what I want to talk about. What are we going to do before next time we chat? What do you want to do?
Okay, well, tomorrow's Christmas. So I do want to have a couple of days off, Christmas and Boxing Day. I think I want to take a couple of days off. Then I'm going to probably between the 28th and the 31st, I want to start building my draft bank up for January. So I think I'd really like to get a whole lot of listings scheduled out for January, a few weeks in advance, to help me meet this goal that you've set for me. So I think that's going to be a big thing. I think the other thing I'd like to do in the next, The other thing I'd like to do, I'm not sure if I'll do it in this week or if it'll be the following week, but I definitely want to get into what my storage shed at the moment, which needs some organization on my death pile, so that it'll make it easier for me to be bringing the stock back here to know exactly what I'm going to list. So it's kind of preparing the death pile in the storage shed to come back here so I can work faster.
That's going to be the last question I ask you today, which is people want to know about your death pile.
Yeah. So basically, mostly when I go out to a charity shop or a thrift store and I'm cherry picking my items, I'll bring those items back and I'll get those photographed and listed pretty much straight away these days. But I do have a storage unit that is filled because I got a really large haul from a hoarder. So there was about 80 boxes of books. So he had packed the boxes, whoever I bought them off, had packed those boxes that were so heavy that I physically can't even carry them to bring them back here. So I've kind of been pulling all these books out and it's a bit of a mess in the unit. But that is another goal of mine. If my goal is to focus on money and paying down debt and stuff, then I also want to decrease my expenses. And the storage unit, I've got a double-sized storage unit at the moment, and I think I could probably, with some organization, I might be able to get a smaller storage unit instead, which will save some more money, which will help, pay off the credit cards.
So, Vince in the chat is saying, if your death pile is organized, it's not a death pile. Yeah. So it's something that I think is important because we're talking a little bit about money blocks.
Yeah.
I think verbiage is important. Yeah. So I'll show you really quick. Hopefully this doesn't cut out me showing everybody. Okay. This is the pile to list next. So this is next to the photography station. So my job is to make sure this is ready for the next day. Over here in these boxes, these each have 50 items in them. And they're ready to photograph. So when I get to work in the day, I just take them out of the box and then put them onto this pile. And that's it. I actually don't have a death pile now. It's only queue. So it's just, those items are going to be listed next.
Yep.
And I think I have organized all the items that are unlisted. And I think that is very different. Because now that I only sell clothing, I don't have a death pile anymore.
Yeah, so I like that. So I think that's what I want to do. I was in the storage shed yesterday and I was resetting up storage shelves. And I was starting to unpack all these boxes of books because there's some books in there that I know straight away. I can just cull them. They're just rubbish. And then there's other ones that I'm just not sure about at all. So I think if I'm pulling them out and organizing it into the storage shed so that like that, I can come and just grab the next lot of 40 items or whatever, bring it home and have it here ready to go. That's what I want because I don't want it all. This shed isn't big enough for me to have all of that death pile just brought over here. I would just be tripping over myself and it would make me unproductive and it would start to overwhelm me. But yeah, I definitely agree that having the shed organized, which it isn't at the moment, but if I can get that organized, I'll feel like I have that, like you said, it's not just like boxes of stuff that I don't open and have a look at and I don't know what's there. I want to make sure I'm not wasting money storing books in these boxes because when I bought this haul, I don't even know what's in it. So I don't want to be wasting money storing books that aren't even saleable. I need to be going through this and making sure that I don't mind paying to have an extra offsite storage to hold death pile that is on like an ongoing basis, especially stock that I'm getting for super cheap or next to nothing. I'm quite happy. Like I want to be able to take those opportunities and pick up big hauls like that. But I also want to make sure they don't just sit there and I'm not getting them done. I need to get through that death pile.
So this area right here is my listing station. Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting at the listing station right now, and the photography station is behind me. And the next to photography list is on the ground. And here to the left, there's 600 items ready to be photographed, and that's 3 days for us. Yeah. So there's nothing here that's not ready.
Yeah.
So I have 2 more units where I process things.
Yeah.
Soon, once it's all streamlined, I will not I think it's important to have the area that you work in not have anything that's not related to production.
Yes.
And I think we'll work on more concrete goals, but I'm just glad today we came up with the 150 videos next year and 10,000 listings, because that's a fantastic goal.
Okay.
Yep.
I was going to go about 120 videos. That's what I was thinking in my head before, like I came in here. I was thinking, how many videos do I want to do next year? I definitely want to do more than 100. 120, 125 would probably be a good goal. But yeah, you're saying 150? That's going to push me.
Week all year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to be, I'm going to need to play the eye of the tiger or something. Pump myself up.
You will, because I'm going for all year 365 and 50,000 listings.
50,000 listings
Next year.
And how many did you do this year?
This year I did like 30,000. Around 30,000.
50,000. In what is that, in one store?
Just all one store. No multiple stores anymore. One store, and then video every day. 365 days. All videos, and then be a good dad. That's pretty much it. That's already a lot.
Yep.
Okay, so before everyone leaves, everyone subscribe to Mel. I pinned her channel in the chat. It's Back from Burnout, and then let everybody know where they can find you again. And then
Oh yeah, so you can find me at Back from Burnout on YouTube, like with the link there, or you can find me on Instagram. I do have a Facebook page, but I'm not very active on that. I try and just stick to Instagram and YouTube, but yeah, you can find me over there, or sometimes in some of the Facebook groups as well.
All right, thank you everyone. Smash the like button, follow Mel, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks. Bye.